in order to record motion capture, you go into Window, Animation Maker, Scene Motion Capture. But sometimes if you open the project, that won't be here, and that's because in the final build, which I have sent, the final project, I had to delete some files. So first thing to do, if this is not there, is go into Assets and check the Scene Motion Capture folder here. This core folder will be gone. If you want to get this to work, go into the project's destination and open the CMC core and copy that core folder into Assets, third party, Scene Motion Capture. Paste it here, it will appear, and when you go back into Unity and check the Animation Maker, you will see the Scene Motion Capture here. Now press it and it will have this window pop up. Once you see that here, you need to make sure the objects you're wanting to motion capture are in the same parent group, so they're not a child of each other, and they're in the same kind of environment here. So for example, if you want to motion capture this attacker and this victim, or this object here, doesn't matter what it is, you can't do it. They will appear very messed up. So you need to move that object in here like that. So now they're under the same kind of hierarchy level. When you select both of them, you will click this. But for this example, let's get this Scene Motion Capture, turn it on, and position it at 0, 0, 0. And also position, turn this on. So here's the bat and this. So if you want to capture the movement of more than one character, like will probably be the case, one is the model, one is the bat, and then you go, you move these in here, and you select both of them, click this green button. Now you add the two objects that are going to be recorded into this panel here. Next thing you want to do is go into settings and change the samples to 30, otherwise your animation will play too fast, and add an event. So now you have two events, 1 and 0, so 0 and 1, and they're both activated on pressing the key F12. Instead, we want to, most of the time, we want to add a time event. So in that case, we want the recording to start at, let's say, 10 seconds in, and we want the recording to stop at, let's say, 100 seconds in. So that will be a minute and a half animation. And in order for that to happen, you need to set up the event IDs here. Recording starts at 0 and recording stops at 1. Now that you have 0 and 1 here, and these correctly set, you need to double check that these here say OR. They can also say and if it says and, then they won't work, because then you need to wait for the 10 seconds and press the F12 for the recording to start, and the same for it to stop. Once you record an animation once and you check back here, this will automatically be set to and. So if you want to start again, you press it, I think, with the scroll, otherwise it bugs out the asset. Press it with the scroll and it will change from ends to OR. Make sure it's OR, and you can record again. You can name this group before you start recording to something recognizable. Let's say try out 001, 0101. There we go. And when you press play, after 10 seconds, this will start recording. Let's check this out. A bit slow for the first time initializing. You'll probably get some errors. Yep, fine. So there's the model. Right now it just started recording, so let's move it around. There we go. Move some bits here, there. Move the camera rig. So if you move the right hand, no, it's not properly set up at the moment, but that's okay. Let's move this about some other way. It's a bit difficult to show without actually having the Vive. There we go. These are some movements. And let's press F12. You need to select the game screen, and then press F12, and it will stop recording, and it will save it as a file. Remember the name? That was tryout0101 over here. And right now it's saving it. It takes a long time. The longer the animation, the longer this will take. And if it's too long, it will probably crash here. So it's best to save your project before trying to record motion capture. So that means it's gone through correctly. See, this here changed to ant. If you press this again, you'd rather stop the play button and press the scroll, and that will change back to OR. And then we go into scene motion capture here, group prefabs, and find your name, which will be tryout 001, which is not here. Why is it not here? It's created a different folder in the beginning, strangely enough. Anyway, it will be somewhere here. You can probably change that somewhere, I don't know how. So this is your prefab, this is your animation file. And when you click on the prefab the first time, it takes a bit long time to load into the scene, but that's just the first time. When it's done, it should show up around here. Okay, just about now. There we go. So we can close this now. So this is the prefab. It's got the bat and the person. Although the bat fell, it still recorded its animations. And then the animation here has your one for the bat and one for the model. But all you need is to drag the group prefab, add it somewhere here, or 000, to test it. It will appear like it's not in the right position, but if you press play, he should appear exactly where he's supposed to. So for example, here you need to, when you add in the prefab, add it into the same parent object as the animation, as the captured objects, and remove every component that you don't need that is not animation. So this one is turned off, you can remove it as well. Just leave the animation on, and you can press either play automatically to start at the beginning, or you can add the play animation after time script which I made, which you can set up if you want a time offset for the animation to start. So let's say 10 seconds, it will start after 10 seconds. You do the same for the bat, so remove everything apart from the rigid body and the box collider. Remove that, and leave the animation. Leave this here because then that means the bat is still an object that can trigger other things. I think you need to disable kinematic, but I'm not 100% sure here, and I can't test it at the moment. But play around with it. You can see in my scene how it's made, and just copy that. Make sure here you add the play animation after time, set it to the same, and in this case the bat will start falling after about I don't know, 10 seconds or so. It will probably start falling at the beginning because it uses gravity, so let's turn this off for now. I'm not sure if it's gonna work. Let's test it. Press play, and now it's still there, but it's counting to 10. Yep, so after 10 seconds it will start, and it will play the animation that we recorded, all the transformations. So right now we were moving it about, we're pushing some stuff, and to start. Yep, there we go. It's moving about there. And that thing will be absolutely the same when you record your movement. Any transform made to this, including moving your own body to move this body, will affect the animation file. I think it's a bit longer, and there should be another movement just now, and then it's going to stop. Or maybe that's it. I don't remember. Anyway, there it is. That's basically it with motion capture. test it around. It takes a long time between recording the scene and playing the scene, but again, play around with it and you should be able to get it to work, I suppose. Maybe changing the scripts to make it automatic. I have no clue how to do that, so I'll leave it to you.